For some people, buying a house is easy peasy, but for most people, buying a house is overwhelming, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Most people don't know where to start. So here are the 7 steps to buying a home in Charlotte, North Carolina. I purchased my first property in 2019. It was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse for $75,000. That property is now worth $136,000. We purchased another property in 2019. It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house for $228,000. That property is now worth $365,000. We purchased another property in 2020. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom for $70,000. And that property is now worth $186,000. I hope by now you're getting my point. Owning real estate is an investment. Real estate is an asset that I believe everyone should have. And purchasing real estate isn't as challenging as it may seem. In fact, if you're a first-time home buyer, you may qualify for some down payment incentives. Hello, beautiful people. I am Kendra Conyers, a licensed real estate agent here in the Charlotte metro area. I would love if you could like, subscribe, and tune in every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for great information about the Charlotte market. So let's get into the 7 steps to buying a home in Charlotte, North Carolina. The first step is to define your goal. Determine why you're buying a house. Is it a permanent place for you and your family? Or is it perhaps an investment property or second property? Whatever the reason is, it is important to clearly define your why. Always have a why, because that's the engine that keeps going even in the midst of adversity or even in the midst of any type of setback. Also, in defining your goals, accurately calculate how much money can you comfortably set aside to assist you in purchasing this asset. Buying real estate is investing in an asset, so keep this in mind as you're determining how much money you can put towards this purchase. So determine why you're buying a house, determine the budget that you would like to spend on a home, and then determine the time frame you would like to close on a home. The second step is to find a realtor. It is important to work with a realtor who is not only committed to working with you, but who is also dedicated to finding you the right home. A real estate agent will guide you through your entire home buying journey. So consider their knowledge, consider their experience, and consider their expertise when deciding on a real estate professional. The responsibilities of a real estate agent is to educate you about the home buying process, to assist you throughout the home buying process, to have your best interests at heart, provide confidentiality and accountability, and ensure you make it to the finish line. In addition, a valuable real estate agent will take the time to understand your requirements, such as location, property size, your must-haves. They will research the market to provide you with a comparative market analysis. They will assist you in scheduling and viewing homes. They will help you with the negotiations, and they will be a resource for any contacts that you need, such as contractors or perhaps landscape painters, whatever you may need. But most importantly, they will keep you informed of all the activities that lead to the transaction closing. The third step is to get pre-approved. No matter your prior experience, circumstance, or reason for buying a home, it is always in your best interest to be pre-approved for a loan before starting the journey to search for a home. This helps you determine your buying power before falling in love with a home, which enables you to plan accordingly. The 4 main loan types are conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, and USDA loans. Conventional loans are not insured or guaranteed by the federal government in any way. These loans normally require a larger down payment, such as between 5% to 20% down. However, once your loan to value ratio reaches 20%, the PMI, which is the private mortgage insurance, will no longer be charged monthly. FHA loans are loans that allow you to make a down payment as low as 3.5% of the purchase price. For these loan types, you will have to pay mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, which will increase your monthly payment. VA loans are loans offered to military service members and their families. This type of mortgage loan is guaranteed by the federal government. This means the VA will reimburse the lender for any loss that may result from buyer default. The primary advantage of this loan type is that borrowers receive 100% financing for the purchase of a home, which means no down payment whatsoever. USDA loans offer a loan program for rural borrowers who can meet certain income requirements. The primary advantage of this program is that borrowers can receive receive 100% financing for the purchase of a home. This type of mortgage loan is offered to rural residents who have steady to modest income, so you can't make too much money with this loan type. The fourth step is to search for properties. Here's where the fun begins. Your realtor will assist you with narrowing down your search by reviewing your must-haves and anything that you would like to have in a home in order to make recommendations based on your desired criteria. Your realtor of choice will send you daily automatic listing alerts that match your desired criteria. Once you see something that you like, your realtor will schedule a showing via showing time. 95% of buyers use the internet to start their search for homes, typically taking an average of 12 weeks to research the possibilities they believe their budget can match. However, in the luxury market, not all homes are online. Many luxury homes require a private viewing. A lot of these owners of the high-end properties typically don't want their homes posted online with the address for the world to see. So having a real estate agent will definitely help you in terms of any type of private viewings. And those viewings do require a buyer to be fully qualified or show proof of cash funds in order to tour those properties. The fifth step is to negotiate an offer. When you have found the right home, it is time to prepare and draft an offer to purchase contract. This offer protects and represents your interests while remaining legally binding on final acceptance. There are many components to the offer to purchase contract, and your real estate agent will professionally and knowledgeably guide you through this offer to purchase contract, as well as suggest a competitive offer for you to be properly positioned to win the house that you fall in love with. Things that you want to consider when negotiating an offer is the condition of the home, the length of time that it has been on the market, whether there are any other offers on the table or if you're the only offer on the table, the location of the property, and the urgency of the seller. These are things you want to consider. In addition, the seller may accept, reject, or counter your offer. A counter offer is when the original offer is countered in respects to either the price, the terms, or the closing date. Offers can be countered back and forth until all parties reach an agreement. The sixth step is home inspections, appraisals, and title search. Once both parties accept the sales contract and its terms, they will work towards fulfilling the obligations. The next step after a contract is to pay the due diligence deposit within 24 hours of offer acceptance. Once this is completed, the next step is to order inspections. On a VA loan, termite inspections are required. This is the only loan type that requires termite inspections. Home inspections, however, are not required but highly recommended, in my opinion, because closing constitutes acceptance of property in its existing condition. Therefore, if any problems are found after closing, it is the responsibility of the buyer. Once the home inspections are complete, the buyer will determine which repairs they would like the seller to address before closing. But remember, the state of North Carolina is a caveat-emptor state, which means let the buyer beware. There is a clause in the offer to purchase contract that states that buyers are aware they are purchasing this property as is. Therefore, sellers are not obligated to make any repairs whatsoever. However, for the most part, sellers will address any major repairs that may come up before closing. While you and your realtor are working on deposits and inspections, the lender is working on the appraisal. The appraisal is an estimate of the property value. The appraisal is not only to justify the lender's investment, but to help you from overpaying on a property. Your lender will typically hire an appraiser and charge you the fee at closing. The title is the right to own, possess, use, and obtain control of a property. When purchasing a home, you are buying a seller's title to the home. Before closing, a title search is done to ensure there are no liens or problems that might prevent a clean title for you to close on the home. The last and final step of the process to buying a home, step 7, is to prepare for closing. After inspections, appraisal, and title work has been completed, it is the responsibility of the legal and financial institutions to prepare all necessary paperwork for closing. You should set aside roughly 30 minutes to an hour for closing on the date that you are scheduled to close, because there will be a stack of about 70 to 100 pages in some cases for you to sign your lovely wet signature at the closing table. Closing day marks the end of of your home buying journey, and there are some items that you will want to be prepared for and bring to closing, including a certified check for your closing costs and down payment, or have funds transferred to your checking account before closing so that you can wire the funds to your attorney, and a valid photo ID. At the closing table, you will sign your legal documents, including paperwork related to your mortgage and the transfer of ownership of the property. They are usually representatives from either the escrow company or the attorney's office to facilitate this exchange. Don't forget to schedule your final walkthrough with your real estate agent so that you can ensure the home is in the condition per your offer to purchase contract agreement. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website at www.kendraconyers.com for more information about me, or you can email me. My email is kendra@kendraconyers.com if you need assistance in buying or selling a house. Talk to you soon.